I loved Ryan. I loved him very much. We were together for 3 years. He was my world. I gave him everything. I gave him my time. I gave him my love. I gave him my heart. Every day I cooked his food. I made his favorite meals. I cleaned our house. I washed his clothes. I said yes to everything. My friends talked to me. They said I did too much, but I did not listen. I loved him. That was enough for me. We lived in a small house. The house was white. It had 3 rooms. It had a small garden. The paint was old, but I liked our home. Ryan worked at a factory. He made car parts. The job was hard, but the pay was good. Every morning, Ryan left at 6. He came home at 5:30. I waited for him at the door. I worked too. I cleaned houses 3 days a week. The other days I stayed home. I cooked. I cleaned. I made everything nice. On Fridays, I bought flowers. Ryan liked yellow roses. Every evening, we ate dinner together. I made simple food, chicken and rice, soup and bread, sometimes pasta. We sat at our table. The TV was off. This was our time to talk, but things changed last year. Ryan came home later. First 6 o'clock, then 6:30, then 7. He said work was busy. I understood. Work is important. At dinner, he was quiet. I asked about his day. He gave short answers. It was fine. Nothing special. Same as always. Then he looked at his phone. He read messages. He smiled. I asked who wrote to him. He said it was work. He said it was friends. I tried to make him happy. I cooked his favorite meals more. I bought new clothes. I wanted to look pretty. I cleaned the house every day, but Ryan did not notice. He just ate. Then he watched TV. One day was my birthday, March 15th. I woke up early. I made his breakfast. I waited for him to say something. He drank his coffee. He ate his eggs. He took his bag. He left. He forgot my birthday. I sat at the table. I was alone. Maybe he was tired. Maybe he remembered at work. I waited all day. No phone call came. No message. Nothing. That evening, Ryan came home at 8. I made dinner. I put it on the table. We ate. We did not talk. After dinner, I said it softly. Today was my birthday. Ryan looked up. His face went red. Oh, I forgot. Sorry. That was all. No hug. No kiss. Just sorry. I went to bed. I thought about us. Ryan worked hard. His job was difficult. His boss was not nice. Maybe I expected too much. People forget things. It happens. The next month was our anniversary. 6 years together. I marked the date on the calendar. I put a big red circle around it. Ryan saw the calendar every morning. This time, he would know. The day came. I wore my best dress. I cooked a special dinner, steak and potatoes. His favorite cake. I put candles on the table. Everything looked perfect. Ryan came home at 9 that night. The food was cold. The candles burned down. He walked in. He looked tired. Why the candles? He asked. I told him about our anniversary. He sat down. Right. I forgot again. Work was crazy today. We ate the cold food. We did not talk. Ryan went to bed right after. I cleaned the dishes alone. I threw away the cake. Nobody wanted it. Summer came. Ryan worked more hours. He left earlier. He came back later. On weekends, he was tired. We stopped going to the park. We stopped visiting friends. We just stayed home. I told myself stories. Ryan loved me. He just showed it differently. He worked hard to pay our bills. That was his way of caring. Some men do not say much. Some men do not give gifts, but they love in their own way. My friend Lisa visited one day. She saw how we lived. Ryan came home. He went straight to bed. He did not say hello to her. Lisa pulled me aside. "Are you happy?" she asked. I smiled. I said yes. He works hard. He is tired. I understand. Lisa looked at me sadly. "You do everything for him. What does he do for you?" I did not know what to say. Ryan paid the bills. That was enough. Lisa left early that day. Fall arrived. The leaves turned yellow and red. Our garden needed work. I asked Ryan to help. He said he was busy. He had important things to do. I worked in the garden alone. My hands got dirty. My back hurt. But the garden looked nice. One evening, Ryan's phone rang during dinner. He answered quickly. His voice changed. It became soft and warm. He laughed at something. I had not heard him laugh in months. He walked to another room to talk. I sat with my cold food. These small things happened more and more. The quick phone calls, the late nights, the tired excuses, the forgotten dates. But I told myself the same story. He works hard. He is tired. I understand. This is what marriage is. This is what love looks like. You give. You wait. You hope things get better. Our house felt different now. We lived together, but felt apart. Two people in 3 small rooms. We shared a bed, but not our thoughts. We ate together, but did not talk. The yellow roses died. I stopped buying new ones, but I kept trying. Love means you do not give up. Love means you understand. Love means you forgive. I loved him too much to see the truth. I loved him too much to ask hard questions. I loved him too much. November came with cold rain. The weather report said a big storm was coming. I went to the store. I bought candles and batteries. Ryan did not care about the storm. He said I worried too much. The storm started on Thursday evening. First came the wind. It shook our windows and doors. Then came the rain. It hit the roof hard. Ryan was late again that night. He came home at 9:30. His clothes were very wet. We ate dinner. We did not talk. The wind got stronger outside. Ryan went to the living room. He sat with his phone. The storm got worse every minute. At 10 o'clock, the lights went out. Everything became dark. The house was quiet. No TV sounds, no fridge noise, just the wind and rain outside. I found the candles in the kitchen drawer. My hands searched in the dark. Ryan stayed in his chair. He did not help me. I lit 3 candles. The small flames made shadows on the walls. Ryan and I sat in the living room. The candlelight was weak. We could not use our phones. The batteries were almost dead. We had to sit together. We had to be close. This did not happen anymore. The darkness felt strange. Ryan sat across from me. I saw his face in the yellow light. He looked different, older and tired. His eyes were empty. We did not know what to say. "The storm is bad," I said. Ryan nodded. "Yes, very bad." Then silence again. The candle flame moved. Our shadows danced on the wall. But we sat still. I tried to remember good times. When did we last laugh together? When did we last hold hands? The memories felt far away, like they belonged to other people, not to us. The darkness made me think, our love was like this too. We lived in darkness. We stayed together, but we were not close. We shared a house, but not a life. The storm outside was loud, but the silence between us was louder. Do you remember our first date? I asked. Ryan looked at the candle. That was a long time ago. He did not say more. He did not want to remember. An hour passed. The storm continued. We sat without talking. Sometimes our eyes met. Then we looked away quickly. Two strangers in a dark room. That is what we became. The lights came back at midnight. The house filled with brightness. Ryan stood up. I am going to bed, he said. He left me alone with the candles. I blew them out one by one. The next morning was Saturday. Ryan usually slept late on weekends, but he got up early. He said he needed to go out. Work called him. There was a problem at the factory. I knew this was not true. The factory closed on Saturdays, but I said nothing. Ryan took a shower. He put on his best shirt. He used the expensive cologne, the one I bought for his birthday. Before he left, his phone buzzed. He grabbed it quickly, but I saw the screen. A message from someone named Amy. It said, I cannot wait to see you. Ryan put the phone in his pocket. He kissed my head. He left. Amy. Who was Amy? The name stayed in my head. I tried to forget it. I cleaned the house. I did the laundry. But the name was still there. Amy. That afternoon, I put away Ryan's clothes. His jacket hung on the chair. Something fell from the pocket. It was a receipt from a jewelry store in town. The date was last week. The price was $500. $500. For what? Ryan never bought me jewelry. He said it was too expensive. He said we needed to save money. But here was this receipt. I sat on our bed. The receipt shook in my hands. Maybe it was a surprise for me. Maybe for Christmas. But Christmas was far away, and Ryan did not plan surprises. I put the receipt back. I tried to forget about it, but questions filled my mind. Who got this gift? Was it Amy? How long did Ryan know her? Days passed. Ryan came home later each night. 10 o'clock, 11, sometimes midnight. Always the same excuse. Work was busy. One night, I could not sleep. Ryan's phone was on the nightstand. It lit up with a message. Then another, and another. I looked at Ryan. He slept deeply. I reached for the phone. My heart beat fast. This was wrong, but I needed to know. I took the phone carefully. I went to the bathroom. I closed the door quietly. The messages were all from Amy. There were so many. I read the first one. Thank you for the beautiful necklace. I love it so much. My stomach felt sick. The $500 gift. It was for her. I read more messages. They went back 3 months. Sweet words, meeting plans, secret lunches, late-night talks. Everything was there. The truth was on this small screen. One message had a photo. Amy was young and pretty. She wore a silver necklace, the one Ryan bought. She smiled at the camera. Happy and beautiful. Everything I was not anymore. My legs felt weak. I sat on the bathroom floor. The phone felt heavy in my hands. 3 months of lies. 3 months of fake work problems. 3 months of another woman. I scrolled through more messages. Ryan wrote things to her, things he never said to me. You make me happy. I think about you all day. You are special. Simple words, but they cut deep. There was more. Plans for next week, a weekend trip to the coast. Ryan told me he had a work conference. Another lie. Everything was a lie. I wanted to scream. I wanted to throw the phone, but I sat quietly. The bathroom tiles were cold. My face was wet with tears. When did I start crying? I heard Ryan move in bed. I quickly closed the messages. I put the phone back. I lay down beside him. He did not wake up. He slept peacefully. No guilt, no worries. I stared at the ceiling. The truth was clear now. Ryan loved someone else. He gave her gifts. He gave her time. He gave her the words I wanted to hear. She got everything. I got nothing. The darkness felt different now. Not like the storm night. This darkness was inside me, heavy and cold. The truth sat on my chest. It was hard to breathe. Morning came slowly. Ryan woke up. He checked his phone. He smiled at something. Probably a message from Amy. He got dressed for work. Today was Sunday. Another lie. He left without eating breakfast. I watched from the window. He drove away quickly. To her, to Amy, to his other life, his real life, the one without me. I sat at our small table, the same table where we used to eat together, where we used to talk. Now I sat alone. The house was quiet, just me and the truth. I loved him too much. I gave him everything, my trust, my time, my whole heart, but it was not enough. I was never enough. Amy was what he wanted. Amy was who he chose. The storm was over. The sun came out. But inside me, the storm just started. The truth was cold and heavy. It changed everything. There was no going back. The darkness was here to stay. I called Ryan on Monday. I told him to meet me. Not at home. At the park near Main Street. He sounded surprised. Why the park? He asked. Just come at lunchtime, I said. The park was empty at noon. Most people were at work. I sat on a wooden bench. The bench faced the small pond. Ducks swam in the water. Everything looked peaceful, but I did not feel peace. Ryan arrived 10 minutes late. He walked slowly. His hands were in his pockets. He sat down beside me, not too close. There was space between us. What is wrong? He asked. His voice was careful. Maybe he knew. Maybe he saw something different in me. I did not answer right away. I watched the ducks. Then I took out my phone. I showed him the screenshot. The messages from Amy, the photo of the necklace, the plans for the weekend trip. His face went white. How did you get these? His voice was quiet. Does it matter? I asked. He said nothing. We sat in silence. A mother walked by with her baby. She smiled at us. A nice couple on a bench. She did not know the truth. Nobody knew except us. 3 months, I said. 3 months of lies. Ryan put his head in his hands. He looked small, like a boy in trouble, not like a man. I did not plan it, he said. The words came out broken. It just happened. Amy works at the office. We talked. Then we had coffee. Then dinner. His voice got smaller with each word. You bought her jewelry. $500. My voice was steady. No tears. Not anymore. You forgot my birthday. But you remembered to buy her gifts. Ryan looked at me then. His eyes were red. I know. I am sorry. I am so sorry. The words meant nothing. Sorry did not fix anything. Do you love her? I needed to know. Ryan was quiet for a long time. Then he spoke. I do not know. Maybe. I am confused. Confused. After 6 years with me, after our promises, after our life together, he was confused. I looked at this man, my husband. He seemed different now, smaller, weaker, not the strong man I married, just a scared person. I stood up. I need time, I said. Time to think, time to decide. Ryan nodded. I will stay at my brother's house. If you want, I nodded back. Yes, that was good. We stood up together. The bench was empty again, like it never held our story, our pain, our truth. Just an empty bench in a small park. Ryan walked to his car. I walked to mine. We drove separate ways. Him to his brother, me to our house. But it did not feel like ours anymore. It was just a house. Ryan stayed at his brother's house for a week. He called me every day. He wanted to talk. He wanted to come home. He said he ended things with Amy. I listened, but said little. My friend Lisa told me to get a lawyer. She said to take everything, the house, the car, the savings, make him pay for his lies. Other friends agreed. They wanted me to fight, to hurt him back. But I did not want revenge. Anger takes too much energy. Hate makes you tired. I did not want to carry these feelings. They were too heavy. I wanted something else. Peace, a new start. I made my decision after 10 days. I called Ryan. Come, get your things, I said. We need to talk. He came that afternoon. His face looked hopeful. Maybe he thought I forgave him. We sat at the kitchen table, the same table where we ate so many meals. I am leaving, I said. The house is yours. I do not want it. Ryan's mouth opened. He did not expect this. But this is your home too, he said. No, I answered. It stopped being home. Now it is just walls and rooms. You can keep it. I need something new. I already found a place. A small room in Mrs. Park's house. She was an old woman who rented rooms. The room was tiny. Just a bed, a desk, and a window. But it was enough. It was mine. You do not have to leave, Ryan said. His eyes were wet. I will go. You stay here. But I shook my head. I want to go. I need to go. This is my choice. The next day, I packed my things. Not much. Some clothes, my books, a few dishes, the photos of my family. I left the wedding pictures. They belonged to the past. Ryan watched me pack. He tried to help. I told him no. This was something I needed to do alone, box by box, item by item, choosing what to take, choosing what to leave. My new room was on Maple Street, 20 minutes from our old house. Mrs. Park met me at the door. She was small and kind. She showed me the room again. It is not big, she said. It is perfect, I told her. She gave me the key, a small silver key on a blue string. I held it tight in my hand. This key was special. It was mine, only mine. It opened my door, my own door. The first night was strange. The bed felt different. The sounds were new. Cars on the street, Mrs. Park's TV downstairs. but I slept well. Better than in months. I needed work. My 3-day cleaning job was not enough. I looked at the newspaper. An office needed someone to answer phones, but I did not know about computers. Most jobs wanted computer skills. The library had free computer classes. Every Tuesday and Thursday, I signed up the next day. The teacher was patient. She showed us everything slowly: how to type, how to send emails, how to use programs. Learning was hard at first. My fingers were slow. I made many mistakes, but I went to every class. I practiced every day. After 6 weeks, I got faster. After 2 months, I was good. The office called me for an interview. I wore my best dress. I answered their questions. I showed them my new skills. They hired me. 5 days a week. Good pay, normal hours, no more cleaning houses. With my new job, I had a routine: wake at 7, shower and dress, walk to work. The walk took 15 minutes. I liked the morning air, fresh and cool. At lunch, I ate in the small park, the same park where Ryan and I talked. But now it felt different. It was not a sad place, just a park, with trees and benches and ducks in the pond. After work, I had time for me. I joined a cooking class at the community center. We learned to make new foods, things I never tried before. On weekends, I read books. Mrs. Park had many books. She let me borrow them. Stories about different places, about different people. Each book was a small escape, a little adventure. One Saturday, I bought a pot and some soil and one sunflower seed. I planted it carefully. I put it by my window. I watered it every day. The seed grew slowly. First a tiny green shoot, then a small stem, then leaves. Every day something new. Progress I could see. Growth I could measure. Ryan called, sometimes. He wanted to know how I was. He said the house felt empty. He said he missed me. I listened, but kept the calls short. That life was over. This life was beginning. My sunflower grew taller. It needed a stick for support. I found one in Mrs. Park's garden. The plant grew around it, up and up, reaching for the sun. 3 months passed. My computer skills got better. My boss was happy with my work. She gave me more tasks. I made new friends at the office. Nice people, simple friendships. The cooking class ended, but the people wanted to continue. We met once a month. Each person cooked something. We ate together. We laughed. We shared stories. Not about the past, about now, about today. My sunflower finally bloomed. A big yellow flower, bright and strong. Mrs. Park saw it. "Beautiful," she said. "You grew this yourself." Yes, I did, by myself. Every night, I came home to my small room. I used my silver key. I opened my own door. I closed it behind me. This space was mine, my choices, my peace. The room was small but enough. The bed was narrow but comfortable. The window showed the street. Not a garden. But I had my sunflower, my books, my new life. I did not choose revenge. Revenge would keep me in the past, keep me connected to Ryan, to the pain. I chose to move forward, to grow like my sunflower, toward the light. This new life was quiet. Some might say lonely, but I was not lonely. I had myself, the real me, not the one who loved too much, the one who loved just enough. Starting with herself, 6 months passed in my new life. Summer turned to winter. Then spring came again. My small room became home. Real home, not just a place to sleep. One morning in April, I woke up early. The sun came through my window. It made golden lines on the floor. I got out of bed. I walked to the window. My sunflower stood tall in its pot. All winter it stayed green. It waited for spring. Now the warm sun was back. The flower turned its face to the light, slowly but surely, following the sun across the sky. I watched this simple thing. The flower knew what it needed: light, water, space to grow. It did not ask for too much. It took what it needed, nothing more. This flower taught me something important about balance, about need, about healthy love. I made my coffee. I sat by the window. The street was quiet. A few birds sang. Mrs. Park worked in her garden below. Everything felt right, peaceful and right. My phone rang. It was Ryan. I did not answer. He left a message. He wanted to try again. He said he changed. Maybe he did. Maybe he did not. It did not matter now. I thought about our 6 years together, the good times and the bad, the love that became too heavy. I gave him everything. My whole self disappeared into his life. That was not love. That was something else. Real love needs air. It needs space. Two people should stand together, not one person holding up the other. Not one person disappeared. Both people whole. Both people strong. I dressed for work, my new blue dress, my comfortable shoes. I looked in the small mirror. The woman there looked different, calmer, stronger. She knew who she was. Before leaving, I watered my sunflower. The water made dark circles in the soil. The flower stood straight and tall, ready for another day, another chance to grow. Walking to work, I thought about everything. The pain taught me lessons. Loneliness taught me strength. The small room taught me enough. I did not need a big house. I needed my own space. At the office, my desk waited. My computer, my work, my friends would arrive soon. We would drink coffee. We would talk about simple things, real things, happy things. This was my life now. Not perfect, not big, but mine. Every choice was mine. Every day was mine. Every small joy was real. I loved him too much. I gave too much. I forgot myself in that love. Love became a weight. It became a cage I built myself. Now I love myself enough, enough to live alone, enough to be happy, enough to grow, like my sunflower, toward the light, toward something better. Love is not a cage. Love must breathe. It must have room, room to grow, room to change, room to be free. This is what I learned. This is what I know now.